İngiltere'nin 3 ayrı bölgesinde hukuki konularınıza çözümler sunan, alanında uzman avukatların bulunduğu Manak Solıcıtors avukatlık firmasının kurucusu Surınder Sıngh Manak programımızın konuğu oldu. Firmanın kuruluş hikayesini kendisinden öğreniyoruz. Önümüzdeki haftalarda alanında uzman avukatlardan önemli bilgiler almaya devam edeceğiz. Efendim bugün Kent bölgesinde Seven Oak'a geldik. Manak Solıcıtors'tayız. Yanımızda da bu firmanın kurucusu Surınder Sıngh Manak bizlerle birlikte. Kendisi hem kendisinden bahsedecek hem de bu firma ile ilgili bize bilgiler verecek. Özellikle ihtiyacınız olan hukuki konularda bu firmaya ulaşabilir ve hukuki desteği alabilirsiniz. Tabii ki bununla birlikte Türkçe konuşan da avukatlar mevcut burada. Yani buraya geldiğinizde kendi dilinizde de yine servis alabileceksiniz. Tabii ki first of all, Mr. Surınder, welcome to our program and it's really a pleasure to have you in our program and to introduce you Turkish speaking community in all around the world. And first of all, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank you for sparing your time and finding valuable time to come and humble us with your presence in our humble small office in Seven Oaks, Kent. And thank you for your viewers for them finding time to give us this chance to present ourselves and for you to introduce us to them. And we look forward to meeting your community more in the future. Well, my name is Surınder Sıngh Manak. I am the, the founder. I set this company up back in 2003. It has changed names over the time because it started off as Manak and Whiting Solicitors, then it became Manak Solicitors LLP, and now it's in Manak Solicitors, it's Manak Lawyers Limited as Manak Solicitors. Initially it was just myself and one secretary, and over the time we have grown. Currently we employ over 50 people. We have 3 offices. Our main office, the head office, still remains in Orpington. That's where we first set up in 2003. And in 2013, we opened our second office in Gravesend. And 2018, we opened this office in Seven Oaks, where we are today. And generally, I used to have a 5-year plan, basically. So after the plan was every 5 years, you open another office and you keep growing. And had the plan worked, there would be another office in 2023. But COVID came in, so a couple of years were wasted. So we are about 2 years behind schedule, but we hope to have another presence in the coming years, if not months. And we also have facilities at the Shard in London and various other places throughout London where we can see clients by prior appointment, depending on their locations. You see, we have a lot of city clients, a lot of London-based clients, a lot of North London-based clients. And because primarily we are south of the river, around Kent border, M25 corridor. So when we have city clients or clients from other parts of London, we are happy to see them in central London at the Shard. Well, I don't know if we are a big solicitors company yet, but I like to think we are heading in the right direction. So we started off with, I suppose in English terms, they would call it a one-man band. And the secretary who was with me originally is still with me. She's going to be 70 years old, I think, this year. So we will have a little party to celebrate her 70 years, and it will also be 21 years for the firm. So we'll have a joint party, her 21 years for the firm and her 70th birthday. But we do events, Christmas parties and other events throughout the year to keep our teams happy. The journey has basically been challenging at times, but also enjoyable. So since I was a little child, I always wanted to be a lawyer. I think I was about 3 or 4 years old when I said I want to be a lawyer, and it sort of just stuck in there. And I came to this country in 1982 when I was about 13 years old. I came from Punjab, it's north part of India. Couldn't speak a word of English, but went to school, learned the language and went through the exams. Eventually studied and qualified. Under the English law, you can't set up your own practice until you've been qualified for 3 years. So you have to practice for 3 years with somebody as an employee. I qualified in 1999, so until 2002, I wasn't legally allowed to set up on my own. So 2002 I joined a firm in Orpington. Within 6 months we done the deal, I bought them out. And 2003 we set up this company which is now, like I said, not a big company, but it pays the mortgage. So that's the journey. And we hope to continue on it.
Nice, congratulations. So, what else you can say about the efforts and the main principles on which firm is based?
Well, the main ethos, I mean, when I first started, has always been that, we are here to provide a service. And I have never claimed, or we have as a firm, never tried to be the cheapest person around, because you get what you pay for. As to say, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. But if you want a professional legal service, you got to be prepared to pay for it. And we're not the most expensive. At the same time, we're not the cheapest. We charge a fair market price. And our ethos is to provide a professional, economical, efficient service to all our clients, regardless of their status or their financial ability. If they employ us, they will get the best service we can offer. And we will treat the client is, treated as a king. The client has to get the service they deserve. And we are honest. The main thing is we tell clients, there are firms out there I know who will promise you the earth. They will tell you they can guarantee this, that and the other. I'm not going to name any names. I'm sure you already know who they are or where they are. And if you don't, shop around, you'll find them. But what we do is, if you don't have a case or we don't think you have a case, we will tell you up front. We are not in it for a quick buck. We don't want to earn X amount and take you for so long, and then 6 months down the road, you will end up hating us because we've taken your money and not got you the result you want. And you will go and tell your friends. So if you haven't got a case, we'll tell you at the front. We'll tell you up front, you don't waste your money. And hopefully you remember that next time you will go and tell people, we're being honest. And we don't make false promises, but if we promise you something, we will deliver. And we only promise things that we can deliver. If we can't deliver, we won't promise and we won't take your money. And that's the main ethos of the firm, is to treat a client the way you would want to be treated if you were the client and you went to somebody for service and you want them to treat you the way, we put ourselves in the client's position. So we think we are the client. What would we want from this person or this lawyer, this firm? And we treat our clients like we would want to be treated by our lawyers. That's the main ethos of the firm.
Nice. So, what do you do exactly? What services are you providing?
As a firm, at the moment we have a staff of over 50. We've got, I think, 16 plus qualified lawyers. And the main areas of law we cover are, you've got the immigration is a big area, which we caters for the commercial clients, businesses, sponsorship licenses, bringing people over under highly skilled migrants or workers, and also for individuals, spouse visas, visitors visas, people coming here for whatever reason they need immigration advice. We have a very good immigration department. We have a family and matrimonial department where we deal with family and matrimonial matters, divorces, financial issues, children, contact rights, custody rights, sometimes the grandparents making the application to take. People don't realize even the grandparents can, so if couple get divorced, even the grandparents can apply to the court to have rights to see the grandchildren on a regular basis. So we have a very good family and matrimonial department, and property is another big department. So with property we do commercial and residential. And I'm pleased to say a lot of clients from Turkish community actually, surprisingly. It's because Orpington there's a lot of restaurants, other businesses, construction workers, construction companies, and we cater for all of them, and we provide a lot of commercial property side of things, selling and buying businesses, goodwills, fixtures and fittings, leases, sometimes we're granting new leases. And we are lucky, we have a lot of landlords, property owners who are on our regular clients list, and that's a very good repeat business. These people, they've been with us since I started, really love them. And we also have what's called, technically it's called a private client department, but it basically means wills and probate. People making wills and power of attorneys to put somebody in charge of their affairs in case something happens to them. And the probate is basically when somebody dies, somebody's got to take in charge of their estate, and deal with the assets in accordance with the will or under the law, whatever the rules are. It's called the rules of intestacy, but it depends on whatever the situation is. And I'm from India, Punjab, and I'm sure, Turkish, again, a lot of similarities between our cultures and communities. And I know talking about death is something not everybody wants to do. People don't like talking about death. It's not a nice subject, it's same with us. And but it's very important that people make wills and make sure that their properties are left to their children or their grandchildren or their partner or the family members or even charities, so that their wishes are carried out after they die, because when you're dead you can't come back and tell people what to do with your properties. And the other thing nowadays what people don't realize is, there's a lot of Alzheimer's and other such conditions are very common nowadays. People are living longer and therefore they lose their memories and people suffer. And then they can't deal with their affairs. They can't, they may have businesses, but nobody can sign on their behalf. So should do a power of attorney, so that basically, if something happens to you or you are incapable for whatever health reasons, or even if, in my community, people go back to India, they retire, don't live in India, but they've got businesses here and they need somebody running for them. And they need to appoint somebody who can take in charge and deal with it on their behalf and make sure everything's done properly. Usually it's their family members, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anybody they trust. Employer-employee issues, people getting dismissed for unlawful, unfair, whatever. And sometimes it's a simple thing like people are being made redundant, and businesses need to make people redundant, but they have to follow certain procedures. And we offer a service whereby we can come into your business, obviously, and do a health check and make sure that you're complying with all the rules and regulations, and make sure you're not falling foul of any obligations, because if you are, the employees can sue you. It leads to all sorts of complications in the long run. It will cost you up front, but it can save you a lot of money in the long run, is all I can say. We've got solicitors who deal with individual departments, and I'm sure you're going to be interviewing them, talking to them individually, and they can tell you more about each department.
All right, so can I ask you the future plans?
The future plans, like I said before, we in theory have a 5-year plan. And I think as long as we're active and you're running the place, you got to keep looking to advance. And mustn't get complacent, because it's very easy to get complacent, very easy to get comfortable. And when you have a successful business, it's very easy to sort of think, okay, this is fine, let's sit back and enjoy. But if you do that, somebody will come from behind and take you over, and you'll be left behind. And you would have failed essentially in your overall goal, which is to be the best firm in the area. So the future plan is always there, is to look for more opportunities, always look to expand. We're always looking for, skilled, qualified people. And we're always looking to expand. And the plan, like I said, we have a 5-year plan. We're hopeful within the next year or so we will open another office. As to where, I don't know yet. There's a number of places on the list.
Maybe North London.
It could be North London, yes. It depends on how the Turkish community respond to my conversation today.
Actually, Turkish people are all around England, United
They are
Kingdom,
indeed.
yeah.
Like I said, we have a lot of Turkish clients based in Orpington itself, and Gravesend, because like I said, your community is very similar to my community, which is we always go into businesses. Everybody prefers to work for themselves, and they will start their own business. Yeah. The first opportunity we get, we will start our own business, even if it's a small business. We'll start it and build it up, and hopefully the next generation will take it to the next level. We, as a rule, don't do any legal aid work. We're selective about who we act for. We don't act for everybody. We do turn clients away if we don't think we can work with them. And our business model is to attract clients of high caliber. Mostly people who instruct us are of high caliber and high level clientele, high net worth. It's not just financially high level. I'm not talking money wise, but it's the character and the standard and the way of doing. We want to act for people who understand what being a professional is. We are professionals, and we provide a professional service, and dealing with professionals for us is our core business model.